the Acoustic Shop channel. I am John here with Jeremy one more time. We're going to talk about guitars. In fact, we're going to talk about a brand new guitar that's
so
not
fun.
really brand new. It's new, but it's not new. Anyway, we're going to tell you all about it here in a little bit. It is the new Bedell Coffee House. Well, we're back one more time, Jer. And,
We are, and I've got to give a shout out in 2023 to all of our followers. We've got over 10,000, over 11,000 of them right now.
25 million. 25 million of you have said, wow, kudos. No, that's really not 25
We'll be able
million.
to say that someday. But right now, thank you guys for subscribing. If you haven't already done that, we have a music shop in Springfield, Missouri, in case you're new to the channel. And we do all these reviews of cool instruments that come in. And you know what? The more people that follow us, the more cool instruments seem to show up.
That is true.
So it's a reciprocal thing. You guys sign up, subscribe, share it. We get cooler guitars to show you. So
That's right.
Thank you guys.
There you go. Well, I'm glad to have you guys with us. Like I said, we're going to talk about a Bedell guitar that is near and dear to my heart and all of us here at the Acoustic Shop. This is kind of a big push, and well, I'll tell you the whole story. In October of 2020,
Go back farther. 1977. You were born on a cold July day in Denver, Colorado.
That's a cold July 5th. There you go.
Mom and Dad held out past the 4th just so you wouldn't have to have fireworks on your birthday every year.
Actually, you know what it is? Actually, they celebrate my birthday before my birthday is actually what it is. The entire nation does it.
We won't go that far. Skip forward about 20, 40 years.
Here we go. So in 21, we went to Bend, Oregon, and we visited with the folks at Two Old Hippies who build Bedell guitars and Breedlove guitars. And we talked about the big differences between Breedlove and Bedell. The biggest difference is Bedell guitars are boutique guitars that are done in traditional sense. They're traditional style guitars with traditional build qualities and stylings, all that kind of good stuff.
Where the Breedlove line is a little bit more of a contemporary.
Yeah, absolutely.
Even just the shape of the headstock and stuff just looks more modern.
Yep. And so we kind of discussed it. We were hanging out with Tom Bedell, who's the owner of the two companies. And I'm like, all right, I love your guitars. I do love the Dreadnought. I love the OM. I love especially these parlors.
They're not beat at all. They can't be beat by anybody on the wood selections. I mean,
no, you have the best collection of tone woods of anybody out there. We went in their wood room. It is incredible to be able to see some of the stuff, especially in Brazilian. And anyway, we'll go on to that some other time. But here's the deal. They built a Dreadnought called the 1964 or the Coffee House, depending, I guess there's different styles, different models of it. But their Dreadnought mold was in a slope shoulder shape. Now, here's what I found was always weird about that was it sounded more like a square shoulder Dread than a slope shoulder, Gibson style guitar, but it looked like a slope shoulder. So I found that to be a very odd thing. And I was like, here's my pitch. I think you guys should build a true square shoulder Dread. It sounds more like that, but it'll even sound more so like a traditional square shoulder Dread, and it'll look the part. I said, in order to boost sales, I think what you ought to do is that. It was a lot of convincing. You guys were there with me.
Tom said this is not an inexpensive thing to do. We don't just say, all right, now they're square-shouldered. You have to retool everything, redo the molds. Pretty good investment involved in it, so it took some convincing.
Absolutely.
But give Tom credit. He did listen to us.
There were a few drinks involved. There were a few dinners. At the end of it, he said, you know what? Just get away from me and leave me alone.
Yeah, leave me alone. I'll try it.
But he did agree to it. And then last summer, we were told, yep, we have officially changed over, and they were building it. So now we fast forward to today, where we have the very first square shoulder Dreadnought. This is a Coffee House Dread. It does have the Coffee House burst. And we're going to talk about what is the difference. I have to tell you, we've had this guitar in here for about a week now, maybe a little, something like that. I like this guitar more every single day, and that is not an exaggeration.
It's opened up so much in a week.
To just get better and better. It was not a mistake to go to a square shoulder Dread. Not only is the look great, but it also has a little bit more of the punch and drive that I would want out of that. We all know Bedell does a great job with their tone matching. They voice the back, they voice the top, have a specific frequency range that they're looking for. That said, wow, what a guitar.
Yeah, I think it was they knocked it out of the park with their, this is, like I said, 001 on the serial number on this. And for a very first one off the line, I can't imagine what they're going to continue to put out. And this is now the new standard for all the traditional Bedell line is going to be a square shoulder. And that's, I think, just a big leap of faith on their part, but I think it paid off in spades. But if this guitar is any example of what they're going to be putting out.
Absolutely. I'm so excited about it. So here's the deal. These are, I'll give you the specs on this exact guitar here in just 1 second, but these are officially in production as of right now. You can order a square shoulder dread. It will take a few months to get it in. I've already got a few of these for the Acoustic Shop, including some custom built ones. There's a Brazilian one that is being built right now. There's supposed to be a Sinker mahogany one that will be done, a standard mahogany, of course. We got some that are going to have special, I just got off the phone with the guys at Bedell. We are going to have some special edition Acoustic Shop only exclusive guitars that will come in here with some special appointments that I'm pretty excited about as well. So, yes, you can order them. Yes, you can get them. If you're looking for a Brazilian rosewood, this is just going to be impossible to beat. The pricing is really, really good.
At least half of the next competitor.
Yeah,
price.
it's crazy. So, all right, here's the specs on a Coffee House Dread. Coffee House Dread is going to have an Adirondack spruce top, Indian rosewood sides and back. Now here's where it gets really cool. They do koa wood bindings with this really cool, it's either, I don't know if it's figured curly maple or spalted, but it's got a maple white inset with the black ebony strip. It is all wood bound. I like it. This is the Coffee House Sunburst. We got some of them coming in natural tops. Some of them will be coming in special editions of other finishes as well. It is an 1.11". We may be looking at doing some custom stuff with that in the future as well. Waverly tuners, ebony board, ebony bridge. Just a really cool overall rosewood dreadnought. And I'm looking forward to it when we get in some of these mahogany ones to kind of go along with that. I think it's going to be just great.
Probably the thing people are waiting on most right now is play the thing. If you guys haven't got a chance, we did do a full video where you can watch us play a full song with this guitar. But why don't you give us some tone samples of it right now?
That's what we'll do.
Well, John, I'm very excited about this new direction that they're taking these guitars. I think the square shoulder, the way to go. It was iffy. Like if it didn't work out, we were going to claim no responsibility at all for the idea. But
that's right. I have no doubt that these are going to be in there. The only thing that I'm still arguing with them about, a squared peg head, and you guys put that in the comments too. Do you think it's necessary? I will tell you this much, it's pretty well a no-go from Tom Bedell on a squared peg head, but maybe if he sees enough of your comments in there,
pick your battles.
Like,
we got the square shoulder, so you can keep the peg head maybe. But thanks so much, Tom and all the guys at Bedell for taking some of our input, and I think it turned out great. If you guys enjoyed that, we'd love you to watch this next video.
This is a really cool one. This is on a Bedell Parlor that was just a limited edition guitar. Sounds incredible. They build great guitars, and you got to check out that link. So check that video out. And again, we will see you next time for another instrument review.